While renovating our home in Portugal, we thought we could just keep our old wooden windows. But, of course, there's a catch. And now we're trying everything we can to save them.
We have all the stainless steel hardware and all the pieces. Like, it'd be such a shame not to use these.
We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life, found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin. Oh, the watermill. Hello. What are you saying? Meow. What is it? Hi, sweetie. There's so much to say. Yes. Say hi, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Bon dia.
Welcome back to another episode.
Oh, where today we have to reveal something.
Yeah, it's quite the dilemma. Something that we never expected as part of the construction process, that these windows present a bit of an issue and we need to figure out how to get our house sealed up with the doors and the windows next. So come on in.
So the other day we had our construction inspector over and we wanted to know specifically like what were the things that needed done before we could get the habitation license. And we learned a lot of great things.
Yeah, except there were a couple cliffhangers that we had not anticipated.
Related to the windows.
Because we really want to get the windows and doors in place before we paint, before the outside of the house is plastered, and it's the next crucial step for us getting closer to moving in.
And we never could have anticipated what we found out because we've been working here for 2.5 years now. I mean, we've known of the mill for 4.5 years because it took us 2 years to decide to purchase it because we just knew it was a huge project, but we knew that we loved it.
We've selected a builder, our construction permits were approved and are in progress right now. So it's like all the things were going in the right order, except for we hadn't found anything out related to the windows. And what we did find out is it is super critical that we have window energy ratings based on the glass, the material used in the construction for the windows and the frames themselves.
And we have frames, beautiful, solid window frames.
Yeah, handmade, routed, painted, sealed by the couple before who was working on the mill.
Now these are half frames, so they open inside while the shutters that you saw me climb through here that Drew open outside.
Isn't that lovely?
See you open them? Wow, I can see it now.
I mean, we have all the stainless steel hardware and all the pieces. Like, it'd be such a shame not to use these. I feel like I can only talk when they're open. But as you know, our goal is to get the habitation license, and whatever it takes, that's what we're doing.
They just need a little sanding and some love on the outside too, but
Yeah, imagine the glass in place too.
Yeah. Oh wow. Cool. Aww. Feels so real. I can't wait till we have windows.
Yeah, they just have that historic feel. People pay a lot of money for wood windows and we want to preserve those. They've lasted so long with all the water, the dampness over the years, and the wood isn't damaged at all. These right here are actually the jigs to be able to put on here to cut exactly where the hinges need to go. I think somehow you'd apply them into here too.
Yeah, we were excited to piece, you know.
Yeah, have the kit.
Puzzle. Yeah. I love how secure these are, like a fortress. And the Dutch couple that we purchased the mill from, he was an eco-architect. So he handmade these. And to have his touch in the windows and door frames just means a lot to us. Now, back to our construction inspector. He said that here in Portugal, because of the climate being so wet and cold in the winter, as we now know, and so hot and dry in the summer, as we are soon going to experience again, that wood tends to expand and contract quite a bit. So they don't tend to use that for windows. They use PVC and aluminum. So when it comes to getting the habitation license for the watermill, that is the whole thing that we are working towards this year, that we are also going to need an energy rating certificate. And the windows are a huge part of this energy rating certificate. And unless we can find someone to give us an energy rating for our windows, which they don't tend to have somebody here who can do that for wooden windows, they have aluminum and PVC window people. So unless we can find someone to certify our wooden windows, we are going to have to rip out all of these windows.
Or cut them in half and preserve the shutters, but the inside redo with the PVC or aluminum. The other big issue with wood is that it has to be sanded and redone every few years. And that's why a lot of people don't go with that as a material for the windows in new builds anymore.
Right, but we don't mind that so much if it requires a little bit of maintenance here and there. If that means that we can keep these charming window frames, we'll do it, you know, we'll do what it takes.
But as you can see, nobody's maintained them for 12 years or so, and they're still in great shape.
Yeah, so our builder is currently trying to source a quote for the cost of what it would be to have PVC and aluminum windows put in the mill, just because we're curious. And we are trying to do all of the research required to keep the wooden window frames and to find somebody who might do wooden window ratings.
Yeah, and it's not just because we're curious and want to quote about PVC or aluminum, it's we might be forced in that direction.
Right, unless we can find a carpenter who can
And not just
them.
a carpenter, it could be a glass manufacturer that can give us ratings and specs based on the windows, assembly. So we're gonna go find out today.
Yes, we are going to go to 2 glass places that Drew has found.
Yep. Not too far away.
Yeah, and so fingers crossed, toes.
And I do want to show you what we should have realized sooner after things have been shuffled around so many times in and outside of the house is that we don't have the proper size glass for the size of these frames.
I believe it's filled with some sort of a gas that also helps with insulation.
It's like an argon gas.
Yeah.
Not even any of the glass that we need. Actually, not a single glass piece in here or this box fits in this size frame.
Right, yeah, none of these frames. But, I mean, if we have to
buy the glass, that's what we got to do.
But we don't want to do that until we know that we can keep the wooden frames. So here we are. And we thought that maybe this glass fit these holes.
These are for the back patio area on the outer sides of where the doors are. And they fit in perfect with the frames that are existing there. I don't even understand. They don't fill up the whole space. They're really cool though. I don't know why they're not tall enough. That one is unable to fit in this side.
That has your cat door in the bottom.
Cat door?
Yeah. I mean, it's just another one of those things that, like, is it worth the effort of keeping the thing? I mean, we could make it work. But anyway, we gotta figure out what those quotes are, see if this is worth
We
all
just
of the
want
work.
things to go in and be easy and just work.
We should have picked a different project then.
Easy is for
Am I
another
right?
for another project, another adventure. but nope.
And we don't know what this glass is for at all.
Yeah, it's like an inch wider here by half an inch or third of an inch taller.
Magarats. So my mom would say, Magarats. Ah.
I know, and there's
but
10.
Why?
And there's 5 for each one, so you'd think the 10, the 12 that are here would be perfect for those. And you can't even cut it because the gaskets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's exactly the number we need for the entire house.
To the glass stores we go.
And only half the frames are actually done, so there'll definitely be some more routing, making these look like the finished ones painted over there. So we're gonna take this one with us and let's go find out some more info today.
I'm gonna climb out the window. Hang on. Ooh, because as you might see, our beloved fig tree is no more. But have no fear, we have propagated our beloved fig, and now our retaining wall is much safer because we were told that the roots would explode if a fig tree ever caught on fire, and having the retaining wall not explode was a top priority. So anywho, while we make our way to the glass store, we're gonna let you guys enjoy all of the scenes of that project. That was also a bigger than we thought project. So we'll see you at the glass store. Before we go there, we want to share with you a tool that is making life easier in a big way, and that is Coopert, a free extension that is designed to make saving money while shopping online effortless and easy. You simply install the extension and boom, if there is money to be saved, Coopert will find it for you and help you save it. With over 6 million active weekly users on desktop and over 3 million active weekly users on mobile, Coopert works with over 200,000 merchants globally, and Coopert has 3 core money-saving services. Number 1 is coupon testing, supported by over 3 million retailers. The second core service is cashback rewards from tons of retailers. And the third core service is price comparison, which is extremely helpful, especially on sites like Amazon. I mean, look at how easy it is. I would have never figured out how to find the savings on my own. Plus, it would have taken so much more time, so I am so grateful for Coopert. And something to note is that cashback rewards typically take, on average, about 15 days to process, but the more you shop with Coopert, the faster your cashback is received. So to start saving money the smart and easy way, be sure to click on our link in the video description below to download the browser extension and the app. You can have it on your phone as well as on your desktop. We could all use a little more effortlessness when it comes to cutting back on the things that we need to cut back on. Speaking of which, I think it's time for us to get to cutting back our fig tree, which I wish I could say was just as effortless.
It's a very big moment.
Bittersweet.
Sad to see the fig tree go because it's giving us beautiful fruit for the last 2 years, but kind of causing some damage to our walls, so it is time that we remove it.
As you guys know, we love our figs, but the main reason that we have to remove it though is because Nelson, our excavator friend who is a local here, he informed us something that we had no idea about, but if/when a fig tree catches fire, the roots explode. And the fact that this fig tree has its roots rooted in the retaining wall that Drew and Andy and Mario worked so hard to perfect. This fig tree, I don't know, the roots seem to be causing some problems in the wall. I
know, I really don't want to take out our beloved tree, but it's caused some havoc on this wall.
And the fact that it holds all of the earth, you know, up from the mill, basically protecting our entire house. The fig tree just has to go. But have no fear because we will be propagating new little fig baby trees. And we have a non-fruiting fig tree over here that the guys just trimmed. And I believe that if we propagate our fruiting fig tree next to the non-fruiting fig tree, that hopefully we will have even more figs than ever before. So perhaps this will work out for the better anyway. Right here, I think we're gonna plant the succulents that Sweet Hillary, one of you guys, brought to us at our meetup a couple weeks ago. So we can plant those here because that won't cause any damage to our precious, very important retaining wall here. Also, the figs were dropping their fruit and it was creating like a mess here in the summer. So I think that'll be an added benefit because historically this was an old pig pen, so the pigs could eat the figs and the figs that dropped, but there are no more piggies here. So it just makes sense to move the figs closer to the water where they'll be much happier. You see me new. Hi, Kitty. Hi. Hi, Kitty. Oh, happy girl. And all set. What I want to show you over here are some supplies that I have had for propagating. Here is some rooting hormone, and we have some coconut fibers, which is supposed to be excellent when propagating. And then right over here, we will be cutting our little clippings to propagate from. Got my little clippers here. What we are looking for are about pencil thick stems with a few nodes on them. We want it to be about 12 inches long, can be 6 inches long, but
what's a node?
A node is like where a little guy grows off of, but
like this or more like that?
All of these. So
all of these?
1, 2, 3. This is my first time doing this. I just did a quick chat GPT thing, also based on a lot of comments and tips that you guys have given us. This is my wealth of knowledge. Learning by doing, right? That's what we're doing here. Everything's an adventure. Every day we are heading into the unknown. But let's do about 5 different clippings. And 1, 2, 3. I don't know. This looks pretty promising. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
We want to cut on a 45-degree angle.
But that's thicker than a pencil.
I know, but we're just going to chance
This to me seems more like a pencil. Or like this.
Let's do them all. We want at least 5 of them, so.
Odds are in our favor that if we plant 10, 2 will grow.
Yeah, but I only want to do 5. You just doubled that.
Squeeze.
There we go. Nice angle.
Yeah, it's a nice 45.
Okay, don't step on the other baby on the floor here.
Okay.
1, 2. It also said to remove leaves if there are any leaves on the ones that we cut. I mean, this one looks pretty good, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. It's about a pencil
There's
thick.
a lot of leaves on that one.
So we remove these leaves. I think because then you want the energy going into the roots. Hopefully I'm doing this properly. Urgh. He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. Okay. We got 2 more. You pick the next.
How about this one sticking at us?
Okay. He's only got like...
You don't like mine?
He looks a little wimpy. But sure, why not? Come here, little wimpy one. Maybe you'll be the strongest of them all.
As you smile.
I'm rooting for him. Get it? Rooting.
Rooting.
3, 4, 5. Let's go down onto terrace 1. Denise, you want to come help? So we are going to plant one of our fig babies next to what we believe is a male fig tree. He needs a friend. We're gonna hope that one of these brings him back to life.
I hope everyone can hear you because our river is raging and it's so loud. The other day we had like a tsunami wave coming over those rocks.
Yeah. So maybe I don't talk during this portion. We just let you enjoy the scenes and some nice music.
Minu, you agree? You agree? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just laughing at my poor shovel skills.
I think you need a bigger shovel.
to go 3 to 4 inches in the ground.
Okay.
So, but we are about 15 feet away, which was the recommended distance for planting this little cutling.
15 feet. Don't mind our sad looking bananas, or our chamoya, or avocado.
They survived the
A
wildest
very
winter.
wet and cold winter.
And windy. Again, like locals said, the wettest, wildest winter that they've seen in 20 years. I think I got
2 inches. You might want to save that dirt to pack around it.
Oh yeah, okay. Good idea. Clear some space. We got so many clovers. Whenever there's
Nitrogen fixers.
yeah, naked land around here, it does not stay naked for very long.
I mean, look how lush and green everything is.
Pretty crazy. Okay. Next, we got some rooting hormone. See that? So we got a 45-degree angle. Dip it. There we go. Next, we have our coconut fibers. I'm gonna put some in the hole here. Don't know why they're so hard. Are they supposed to be this hard? Whoa. So we put those in there. Next, we plant our little baby. I think that's about 3 inches deep if I had to guess, right? Oh, how cute. Except I think I'm supposed to rip out his little leaves so he can focus on growing roots.
The good news is there's rain on the forecast next week. We're a little bit over the rain, but it's really good for growing and
Yes.
for the health of the water supply and the algarve. So our little fig plant should love that.
Yes, apparently when propagating, it's important that the ground is warm and moist. So winter isn't here anymore. It's a bit warmer, although, you know. Anyway, I think he's got a pretty good chance. We put one in a pot so we can move it in the future. I'm gonna use some of the biochar from our recent bonfires, and I'm gonna plant this one little cutling next to the stump because then at least Drew won't decapitate it when he's strimming in the future. We'll have a little bit of a marker, but let's go with like the big one, yeah?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. It's also great down here because the soil stays really wet year round.
Yeah, and we want to have a fig tree close to the home.
Yeah.
I don't know if these should get removed or not.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have a pocket knife.
I got it.
So that's about 12 inches.
Okay, we'll cut it below this
Yeah.
node. There we go. Little rooting hormone. Where's my coconut fiber, man?
I wonder how long it'll take him to give us fruit.
It can take a few years. It might be like 5 years, but that's okay. We're on the 10-year visa program, so we know we got at least that long. At least. And these are the beautiful little succulents that Hillary gave to us at our meetup. And we are about to plant them right here. Well, one shovel, one enchada, one motosserra, and one mini handheld motosserra or chainsaw later. And we have come to realize yet again that every project is about 5 times longer than expected, and what we thought would just be planting of succulents has now turned into like digging around this whole root system, finding giant rocks like within the roots, so like the chainsaw wouldn't cut through, and then there's like all rocks in here, but then this rock wall's a mess, and I don't want to plant any precious succulents here.
These.
Just yet, because I know that we're gonna need to fix this whole situation and get rid of this. This might require Nelson's excavator to like just uproot the whole thing.
This thing's pretty solid in there. Extremely solid, I should say.
And I don't want it to kill any precious plant babies in the process. So I think we're just gonna have to get some pots and plant our succulents for future earth planting.
That requires more work too.
Yes. But in the future. Not yet.
This is the status 1 year later of what the retaining wall area looks like.
There is a huge rock in here.
That looks like too little of a shovel to do the job. Don't tell anybody, that was our poop shovel.
Ever since the outhouse, he's been out of commission. He's been looking for work. Well, we put him to work. We're almost to the first store, and I have to say it is so nice to see how green it is everywhere, to have the blue sky and the sun shining on our faces.
The warmth through our windshield.
Yes, through our windows. I wanted to explain though why energy ratings are so important for a home, and that's because it can actually give you tax breaks, right?
And increase the value of your home.
And it can lower your energy bills. So the better insulation that you have, the better windows that you have, the less you'll spend on heating in the winter or on cooling your home in the summer.
It's kind of like appliances, right? They give you like a letter rating, and the higher your rating, the more insulated it is. They keep the elements out or the elements in.
Yeah, the rating goes from A+ to F. And we're A+ kind of people, or at least I always was. Drew's sort of like, he's happy with a B.
You know what? Depends on the cost ratio. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
But my hope and what I'm thinking, and the more that I've researched, because I researched a little bit on my phone here as we were driving down, and it seems to be that like, so long as we have a certified glacier, which is what I think a glass installer is called, which is so fancy.
Feels like the right step, right?
Yeah, but I think that we can work around repurposing our wooden frames so long as we have a certified glacier. So fingers crossed, we've just made it
to the industrial center.
Oh, the pool store.
There we go. Windows, Algarve.
So for a Portuguese lesson of the day, we are learning how to ask for the technical aspects of the glass when we go to our glass stores. And what we are supposed to say is something along the lines of: pode fornecer a ficha técnica do vidro duplo e da janela completa para efeitos de certificação energética. Oof. Can you provide a technical data sheet for the double glazing and complete window for energy certification purposes? Boom. That's all we need to know.
Boom.
So they only do PVC here, but you might have a contact for us. And these are the colors of the PVC frames, just in case. Although just getting PVC windows might be the easier solution, we really don't want to replace the beautiful wood with plastic. So here is the 4 centimeters. Having the space between really gives it a great energy rating.
Yeah, this is a double-walled example.
Looks nice.
Este já vidro para guarda, para proteção lá fora. Sim, para piscinas. E este aqui vidro é laminado. Ele tem aqui 8.
Ok.
4 e colado.
Uau.
Este é de alumínio.
Alumínio.
Ok.
Sim.
Sim, mais pequeno é possível.
Sim.
They were so nice and patient with us.
We were working on our best Portuguese.
She said for them, they only do PVC. If we wanted white PVC, they could do
4
that.
to 6 weeks.
Yeah, but if we wanted a colored PVC window.
8 to 10 weeks.
Right, but they themselves don't only do glass. They do only the frame and the glass. So they sent us to another place where they do only glass, maybe. So let's see.
And she gave us a contact to somebody who could maybe come out and help us out. So
it's a good stop.
we'll see.
Yeah.
It's all part of the journey.
To the next one.
Can I just point out how weird of like a junction this is? I'm trying to merge into that lane and we have to do like a little right roundabout with a stop to a half moon crescent to a stop. And then we can go right. We gotta look over our left shoulder for
Awkwardly.
traffic.
Some things are just different.
Go! Green light.
Andale.
Never a dull moment as expats in a foreign country.
It's true. I think that's why we love it.
That's why we signed up for it, right?
Keeps us on our toes. I love when we can see our mountain from the coast. We live somewhere up there. What a beautiful day. It's amazing to see green fields. That's where we're going. Vidreira Algarvia. How do we get up there? The downside of this place is we just read the Google reviews, and it seems to be that they might only be taking big jobs. We'll see.
I just want to say Google reviews aren't the same in terms of reliability as they are in the US, so we're left guessing many times when we're looking up for places to go here.
Hoping for the best. Push means
She
pull.
has to open it.
Ah, here we are. Well, that was surprisingly very successful. They said within 3 to 4 weeks they could have it ready for us. They'll send us a quote tomorrow.
Yeah.
That was a great stop.
Wow, that is exactly teamwork. I think there is hope that we can keep the wood.
I think so.
We might have solved our dilemma.
Yes, like if we could reuse and repurpose, although it might require a little bit more work, you know, I would much rather have wooden window frames than like plastic. So.
I'd enjoy the carpentry work of fitting, fixing these, putting seals on them, making some trim pieces. Like, I enjoyed working with wood a lot when we built our camper van, and this has been so different working with so much concrete, lime. Yeah, so
the
back
only
to wood.
Thing that's like
back
wood
to
in the
wood.
House. I know.
We'll see. To be determined. We are hopefully optimistic sometimes, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I guess. We'll let you guys know when we receive the quote tomorrow what the cost for 18 windows of that same size would be. Now the doors, we might be figuring something else out for, but one step at a time.
Those were 355 millimeters by 785 millimeters.
3 centimeters thick.
Thick, double paned with argon gas.
Boom. Thinking about this in deeper detail now that we've been able to learn some things from the glass stores, Drew and I are like, why would a carpenter need to certify the windows at all if it's all about the glass? So I'm thinking that our construction inspector maybe got lost in translation, which can very easily happen.
We just say the inspector was overly inspecting.
So much is unknown. It's never an easy process. I mean, restoring a house in general, a historic house, especially in a foreign country.
Part of the unknown is not knowing how they do things in the place you're at.
And we signed up for this.
We're just puzzle solving.
Yeah, it keeps us alive. It's good for the soul.
Good for the mind.
Yeah. We decided to stop at one more store. You go ahead. Oh, pretty. Oh, look at all the options. Opções. Oh. glass for the shower. Didn't even think of that one. Custom shower glass. Sol preciamos vidro.
Qual tipo de vidro?
Duplo con argan?
Com gás?
Yeah,
Sim.
Cristalina core. Sí.
Menos 3. 3 ou menos? Centímetros.
E a espessura do vidro?
Yeah.
Sim.
Because esta distancia is in English. The thickness, the thickness, the grosso, sí?
Of the glass.
Grosso, 3 centímetros.
Aqui é 3 centímetros. Sim. Oh. Right, like the
thickness of the glass.
Nós não sabemos qual é melhor para certificado energético. Nós não sabemos. And here's a look to the real-life struggle of renovating your first home in a foreign country, in a foreign language, with things like glass thickness that we have no idea about. But all we can do is put ourselves out there, ask the right questions, and try our very best. Well, that was a great stop because they will also be sending us a quote. So now we have 2 quotes coming our way, and that is what you want.
You want to have options.
Options, that's right.
Options.
This place was extremely custom though. She's like, how thick do you want the glass? Not just how thick do you want the double pane glass, like entirely. We want less than 3 centimeters because that's how much room we have in the frame. But she's like, 5 centimeters for this piece and 4 centimeters for the other, the one that's inside.
And how far do you want them spaced apart? Like, this was very custom.
Yeah, but tonight we have very exciting plans. We are going on a date to a pizza place we have been dying to go to ever since we got here. I still can't believe we have not been there yet. And then we're going to a funk concert.
Oh.
Welcome back to 2 weeks later.
Hola, todo bem.
Before we take you guys to pizza and funk night, we just want to give you a quick window update.
Unfortunately, we haven't heard back from our builder with quotes to make a more informed decision whether we should do the aluminium. That's actually how you say aluminum in Portuguese? Yeah.
Aluminium?
Or the PVC options, the more modern windows. But ultimately, we'd like to keep our wood windows, but we did receive quotes back from the 2 different glass places we visited.
Woo-hoo.
And one told us for all 18 windows, double pane with the argon gas, about €1,000. So that's an option. And the other place told us just shy of 1,200 euros. That comes complete with the Ficha Technica, which I double checked with our building inspector, and he said it would pass the requirements that the Camara has. So we're one step closer, which feels great.
But we would still need somebody to like certify the wood.
Yeah, the wood, because it's part of the thermal properties holding the glass, needs to have a same spec sheet, and that's what we're left trying to solve right now.
And this is where you guys come in. Are you or do you know anyone here in Portugal, best would be in the Algarve, who is a carpenter, a certified carpenter that potentially could help us with this Ficha Technica for our wood?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Or a glacier, like somebody who installs windows that could actually help with the framing and put a text sheet together.
Yeah. So with all this being said, if you guys have any help or insight to offer us, we are all ears.
Yeah.
And for now, feast your eyes and ears on the pizza and funk.
I'm hungry.
More window solutions to come. Cheers to working hard and enjoying.
Cheers.
Delicious pizza night!
Pizza night! Pizza night!